Hello guys, welcome back to Porsche F1 Racing Team. And in this episode today, we're going to China to race. Hello guys, welcome back to Porsche F1 Racing Team. And today we're going to go to Shanghai in China today for this race. But before we do any of that, first let's get all of these messages ran through real quick. And of course, going to get some research and development done. Because, you know, to get the result that we had on the last race, we've got to get some upgrades in here for sure, or else we won't be able to replicate it. So I'm going to go for a beam wing upgrade just because, you know, you can never go wrong with that. And then, of course, also come in here to the development stage and get some floor stiffening springs, or stays, sorry. And it says we actually have enough resource points to actually research something else. So let's try. And, yeah, so we are bottom of the barrel defending the McLaren from last race. Absolute bottom tier car facing the best car, and we were able to defend it just barely. But that is great because that means we can break them. I know that pit stop, definitely helped us out for sure, but that doesn't mean that my racing wasn't great. So let's make sure that we can maybe try to replicate that today in this race and see what we can really do here. Loading up into Shanghai here. This could be dangerous. It really could be. This is not a good track for me at all, but we can for sure try to make it be one. There's no telling what can happen here today, guys. I am excited to get to see what does, though, because this could mean a very bad or good thing for the rest of our season. I forgot, but Shanghai has a sprint. So this could mean even more points or even less. All right, as we're headed out of the pit lane here, we are going to try to get two very decent qualifying laps in. With Gabriele Bortoletto passing us, we are on to our way to our first qualifying round here. Let's see if we can make it worth it. An okay first corner. Going to try to make this count, ladies and gentlemen. Going to try to go deep into this braking zone here. Try to gain as much possible time as we can in this turn. Albon and Hamilton are in my way at the moment. Let's hope Hamilton goes into the pit. And he does. Super wide on there. Hope the FIA doesn't hate that. With a 136 in 6th place at the moment. Let's head back into the garage and see if we can improve on it next go around. Beautiful work. Try to get that power down, a little bit of spin there, but we're gaining time back on our last try. Wide there too. FIA doesn't care. We go 4/10 up. Where do we qualify in? 13th, bringing us into Q2. We can probably try to get another 2 good laps into here. The same thing we did in the last qualifying session. So let's see what we do with our first one here, guys. Let's see. We're going to cross the line at a 135.9. Let's head back to the garage, see where everybody else hits at. Unfortunately, not making it into Q3, but Q2 is an improvement over last session, and I just saw Max Verstappen in 11th place. He was the winner of last race, so let's see if we can get past him and get into the points. All right, for the sprint here in China, we are starting in 13th position, so let's see what we can make do here in China. With this formation lap coming to a start, let's try to get these tires warm and make sure that we are ready for the sprint. Try to get past Verstappen and Ocon here at the first turn, if possible. With 5 red lights coming on here in China, let's see what the Porsche team can do here today. With 5 red lights, and they're off! A little slippery out of the start there. Not horrible though. Can I cut up the inside of Ocon? No, I can't. Max Verstappen gone wide. Took that spot already. Touching the back of Ocon here. Trying to make him a little uncomfortable. Bortoletto in front of me. A little bit of slide out of that corner as well. They are pulling away very rapidly here. Gonna try to cut it up the inside of the couple cars here. And we do. We get past Ocon. We're Stroll and Albon in front. Taking these points away from me. Let's see if we can get past them too. A little wide there. Tires are still a little cold. Touching the grass. Not going to help my turning a little bit. Albon right in front. Stroll and Albon right on my front. Sliding a little bit out of that exit. Which means I'm definitely going to lose time here. Can we keep up in the slipstream though? We need DRS to get in points here, guys. Using this battery, trying to stick with them, pulling them in, reeling them in. Gonna lay brake, try not to hit him, anybody. Getting past Gasly. Into 9th position. Stroll right in front. Gonna use battery, try to gonna try to get past on the inside of him. Do a switchback. Gasly and Stroll right behind me. Gonna try to save as much battery as possible. I'm gonna give him the outside line and he's gonna take it. And he's gonna run with it. Can I do a switchback on him? And I just barely get past Gasly right there. Keeping my position in the points. Definitely did adjust my setup for the race. But as of now, it's gonna have to make do. Gasly late braking around the outside. Gonna try to shut the door on him. Gonna push him wide and I do. But it's manageable. 3/10 down are the cars behind. Who's that? Is that Stroll shooting up the inside? Gonna push him close. He has to back out and he's right back behind me. Headed on to the last lap of the sprint. Stroll and Gasly right on my tail. Stroll going around the outside. Gonna under brake, try to stay in front of him. And we do, we keep it. Gonna force him right back behind us. Gasly passing Stroll onto the last turn. And it looks like we barely keep ourselves in these points. Okay, wow. Lando Norris, Charles Leclerc, and Lewis Hamilton getting first, second, and third. Headed on to our first lap in qualifying 1 for the race. What can we make of ourselves here? Because this is where it counts. Getting points in the sprint was nice, but can we get points in the race as well? Going for it on our first try here in Q1. Beautiful corner. Hitting that DRS immediately. Let's see what we can make of ourselves here, guys. A little wide there. Very wide right there, trying to cut it back. Not very quick here. Not very quick at all. Super wide pretty much in that entire turn circle right there. A little early on the brakes there as well. Not a great start. Beautiful work right there. Pump those brakes, try to get some turning into that rear. We barely make it. Going super wide right there. Definitely going to make this lose some time. We try to put that power down as soon as possible. Kind of late break in here a little bit. Beautiful turning right there. A little wide there. A little bit of wheel spin as well. Can we cross the line with the 136? Just barely. But that keeps us in P19. That is not going to cut it here. We got to go for another one. That is abysmal. With 5 red lights coming on around here in China, what can Porsche do with 5 red lights? And they're off! A lot of wheel spin here. Great start, though. Getting past Hulkenberg already. Gonna shoot up the inside. Getting past that McLaren already. A little bit of contact there. Stroll gonna go right around the outside of Stroll. Bortoletto, Antonelli, and Lawson. What a fantastic start. Ocon Alonso right in front with Albon and Sainz. Great little exit. A lot of wheel spin right there. Gonna try to stick with all these people on softs. Gonna shoot it up the inside. Super late braking. Alonso moving out of the way. He's right on my outside. With a huge gap to the Williams in front. Can we bring it back? Alonso's gonna have a run up the inside and he takes it, but is he gonna make it stick? Gonna late brake, try to crush him into the inside here. He eats a ton of curb and grass, but he sticks it. Alonso trying to get around me. Is he gonna have the traction? No, he doesn't. He backs out. Kimi Antonelli should be flying past me any second now. And there he goes around the outside. Gonna try to under brake. Try to beat him to this braking zone. Try to push him wide and keep him behind me. Carlos Sainz and Albon still in front. I get a better exit. But here he comes trying to go around the outside. So using that battery, try to stick in front of him. Late braking, try to switch back to that optimal line. And there he goes. He pushes me wide. And there he is on the outside. Gonna try to push him to back out. And he's still there. Still right on my tail. He's gonna have that inside line, but he backs out. Right now I have to focus on Kimi Antonelli going around. He's gonna have the speed on me. He's gonna have the jump. He's gonna have the slipstream, and he's gonna have the DRS. So what is his plan here? Seems like I just had enough battery to keep him behind for one more straight. But there he is on my inside. He doesn't take it. Alonso passing Kimi Antonelli with that. Taking that super slow. And I should be able to conserve this battery on this straight. But here comes Alonso. Fernando Alonso. Gonna have the outside line. Gonna try to push him wide once again. And I do. And he sticks right behind me. But I go wide in that. And I slide off. But I keep it. Alonso on the outside. Gonna try to push him wide yet again. Push him into the gravel. And he has to back out. But here goes Kimi Antonelli. A little bit of tap right there because I slid out. Kimi Antonelli trying to push me in the grass. And he does. But can I get this inside line? I do under braking. Barely make that apex. But Kimi Antonelli yet again trying to go around my outside. Same as he did last lap. And I'm just barely having enough speed to block him off for one more straight. This is going to be a battle, ladies and gentlemen. Keep going wide. Here comes Kimi Antonelli yet again trying to just put pressure on me. And boy, is it working. Kimi Antonelli yet again pushing for that inside line. I'm going to try to under brake, trying to close him into the middle. He's still right here. I beat him to the DRS zone, which means he is going to have DRS on this next straight. I'm going to try to deploy that battery as soon as possible, try to create a gap. That way he can't get past me on this straight. He is 3/10 behind and he's wheeling in. He has that slipstream and he has that DRS. He's pulling in. Here he goes around the outside. Late braking, try to keep him at bay. Kimi Antonelli is not trying to get 10th place here. Need a good pit stop here. And we get it, we get it. Great pit stop there. Keeping me ahead of Alonso. I'm going to try to give him the outside line that I can defend on the inside. Under braking. A little bit of contact. He's going to have a better launch than me, and he does. Just dropping positions now. I'm going to have DRS, going to try to stick with him. Completely out of battery, though. Hulkenberg goes right on the outside, too. Alonso trying to go up on the inside. He's going to have DRS. He's going to pass me very easily. He's getting a slipstream. Going to try to get behind him in the detection zone. That way I keep DRS on him. Going to try to reel him back in. And I'm going to do a switchback. I don't even need to. He's not even going to defend it. He's going to go around the outside. barely ahead of him. He's going to get a better exit. Try to use this battery, just stay ahead of him. Gonna make him just break out. Kimi Antonelli and Hadjar going around the outside. I'm gonna have to just late break and try to pass them. Get past Hadjar, super late past Kimi. Contact on the exit. But we stay ahead. A little bit of wheel spin right there. But barely keeping ahead with only a couple laps left. Can I keep this position? Kimi Antonelli going around the outside. I'm going to try to bring it back. On the inside. Barely get past him. And we barely keep the position. But we know it's going to be a battle for the rest of the way. Kimi going around the inside. Under braking, trying to keep this position. There's some damage somewhere. Super early on the brakes there. Coming into the final lap. We need to at least get P15. Have just enough battery to just stay ahead of them for this straight. But the next straight might be a different story. Early braking there too, not good. But we stay ahead. Hadjar passing Kimi. Gasly passing both of them. Heading into the final lap. Can we keep it? First couple corners go pretty decent. We stay ahead. A lot of wheel spin out of that corner. Which leaves the door open for Hadjar to go around the outside, but he doesn't take it. He's going to set it up for the next corner. Ton of wheel spin out of that one as well. Not what we want. Max Verstappen wins the race yet again with Hadjar right on my tail. Hadjar having his nose in there, under braking, passing me over. Gonna push him into the inside, taking a lot of curb. And it seems like we secured it. P15. Not good at all. Much worse than the sprint. And much worse than our first race.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
So it seems like Lando Norris and the two Red Bulls finishing in the top 3 of the weekend. With me getting 10th with only 1 point. Doing horribly in the race, but doing pretty decent in the sprint. Not too good for our chances there, but hopefully we can improve on it in the next weekend in Japan at Suzuka. But I hope y'all enjoyed, and I'm excited to see y'all again in Japan.